Your life is divided into tiny pieces: 7 a.m., 7:15, 7:30, 8:02. Modern humans live by the minute, but ancient humans didn't think about time like that at all. For tens of thousands of years, humans followed something much simpler: the sun. Morning meant sunrise, midday meant the sun was overhead, night meant darkness. That was enough. Hunter gatherers didn't need calendars packed with appointments. Their lives followed nature instead of numbers. When it got bright, they woke up. When it got dark, they rested. When seasons changed, they moved. In many ways, humans lived more like other animals. And honestly, that's probably what our brains evolved for. The idea that every second of the day must be measured is actually extremely new. For most of history, what time is it wasn't even a useful question, because the answer was usually about morning-ish. But eventually, humans needed more precision. As villages became cities and cities became civilizations, people needed ways to coordinate. You can't build pyramids or run an empire using around lunchtime, so ancient civilizations invented the first timekeeping systems. The Egyptians used sundials over 3,000 years ago. A stick in the ground could tell you roughly where the sun was, and therefore roughly what time it was. Simple. But it had one huge problem. It completely failed at night, and also during clouds. So humans invented water clocks. These devices slowly dripped water from one container to another at a predictable rate. Others used candles marked with measurements. Some used burning incense. In ancient China, certain incense clocks were designed so carefully that different scents would appear at different times. Imagine literally smelling what time it was. But even then, nobody cared about exact precision the way we do today. If someone said, "I'll meet you after sunrise," that was usually good enough. Here's the weird thing. Without clocks, life moved differently. Slower, looser, less synchronized. People weren't constantly checking time because they couldn't. There was no, "I only slept 6 hours and 42 minutes." There was no, "This meeting could have been an email." In medieval Europe, most people worked according to daylight and seasons. During summer, workdays were long. During winter, they were short. Because artificial light was expensive and weak, nighttime was mostly for resting. And sleep itself was different. Historians believe many people practiced something called segmented sleep. Instead of sleeping 8 straight hours, they often slept in 2 chunks. First sleep. Wake up for an hour or two around midnight. Then second sleep. People would pray, talk, read, or even visit neighbors during this strange quiet period in the middle of the night. That sounds bizarre now, but our modern sleep schedule may actually be the unnatural one. Even meals worked differently. People ate when hungry, worked when necessary, rested when tired. Time was connected to biology and sunlight, not productivity apps. Everything changed with mechanical clocks. Around the 1300s, large clock towers began appearing in European cities. For the first time, entire towns could hear the same time. Bells rang across the streets. Hours became standardized. Life became coordinated. But the real transformation came during the Industrial Revolution. Factories needed workers arriving at the exact same moment, not morning-ish, not after sunrise. Exactly 7 a.m. Suddenly, time became money. Being late could cost production. Railroads needed synchronized schedules. Businesses demanded precision. And humans slowly transformed from people who followed nature into people who followed clocks. This completely reshaped society. Sleep changed. Work changed. Education changed. Even childhood changed. The average person began living by schedules instead of sunlight. And eventually, clocks became portable. Pocket watches, wristwatches, phones. Now the average human checks the time dozens, sometimes hundreds of times per day, which is kind of insane when you think about it. For most of human history, nobody even knew what minute it was. So, was life better before clocks? Well, not exactly. Ancient life was brutally hard. People died young. Disease was everywhere. Winter could kill you. A bad harvest could destroy entire communities. But psychologically, there may have been less time anxiety. Modern humans are obsessed with efficiency. We optimize everything: sleep, exercise, work, productivity, even relaxation. Sometimes it feels like we're not living life, we're managing it. Ancient humans probably experienced time more organically, not as a resource constantly running out, but as part of the environment itself. The sun rose, the seasons changed, life continued, no countdown timers, no running late, No doom scrolling at 2 a.m. because your phone says tomorrow is already here. In some ways, clocks gave us civilization, but they also trapped us inside invisible schedules. The strangest part is this: clocks didn't just change how humans measured time, they changed how humans felt time. Before clocks, life was guided by nature. After clocks, life became divided into measurable units: hours, minutes, seconds. Tiny boxes we now live inside every day. And maybe that's why modern life often feels so rushed, because for the first time in human history, humans can actually see time disappearing, second by second. So the next time you check your phone for the time, remember, for thousands of years, humans lived without knowing the hour, and somehow they still managed to survive.